If you're called to ministry or even just discipleship, by the way, they look similar because we're all called to share the gospel, witness to folks, and witness to people. But if you do it from an unhealthy place, a broken place, an unhealed place, many times we wound other people. Right? And the key, especially if you're going to get into the prophetic ministry and teaching ministry and all the above. See, if I get up here from a place of woundedness and I try to preach to you from woundedness to get you to do something out of my wounding, it's manipulation. And see, ministers of the gospel have to yield to the Spirit of the Lord, not to all that other stuff. And a lot of times, including in gifting, in the area of your gifting, you should be operating. Let me tell you this. This is the Lord's heart for you. You should be operating in the gifts of the Holy Spirit, and you should be full of the fruit of the Spirit of God. You should both have the character and nature of Christ, and that's imparted to us by the Spirit of God dwelling in us. And at the same time, you should be walking in the gifts. But if you're walking in a gift and you're not doing it from a place of love and compassion, Paul said, then that's not the more excellent way. And I've seen people in ministry, including pastors. You guys have, a lot of you, God brings a lot of people to us who have in some way, shape, or form been hurt and wounded in ministries and churches by leaders. And let me tell you, those leaders were wounded too. But they probably never got the ministry or the healing that they needed to be in a whole place, and so they wounded other people. Does that make sense? Because it's hard as a pastor, where do you run? Where do you go? Who do you talk to? Because you're supposed to be perfect, right? And so a lot of these leaders, some of them were not malintended toward anybody, but they were wounded themselves. And you don't want to be the type of person that wounds somebody from your wounded.